Hi everyone, my name is Edith and welcome to Mind Talk interviews. In this series, I sit down with talented people from some of the most exciting IT companies to talk about cutting-edge technologies they are working on. Today, I'm joined by Novak from Webtown, a company exploring Agentic AI, and we will dive into their projects. This interview is also a preview of his technical webinar at AI Air Summit, where he will dive deeper into the technical details of this topic. So don't forget to register. The link is in the bio. And now let's get started. Hi, Adam. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Edith. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with you. Can you tell us a bit about your background and your current role at Webtown?
Yes, thank you. So at Webtown, I'm in the position of business unit lead, which means I lead more technical teams and also handle the management of the company, but also the technical aspects on what technologies that we work on and how we work on those technologies. But I come from a technical background, so I started my career as a software engineer and then moved towards DevOps. And I fell in love with DevOps, and this technological improvements there brought along with it the security and the AI topics as also a technical enthusiasm.
Okay, Webtown has been delivering digital transformation projects for over 2 decades. What do you see as the company's core mission today, and how has it evolved?
Yes, so the core mission is to deliver measurable business impact to our partners. And with AI as an emerging field, we believe that we need to put focus on this because in the upcoming years, it will be a very big enabler of bringing business impact for enterprises and also for smaller companies as well. And I'm very lucky that at Webtown, both our colleagues, our partner companies, and our clients are very well versed in this space and allow me and my teams to figure out this journey together with them and to find out how we can deliver these business impact to them.
It's really inspiring. Are there any standout projects or milestones that best reflect your vision?
So because AI and especially Agentic AI is a very emerging topic, it's on the beginning of the hype curve. Now we do not have finalized projects with Agentic AI. From the finalized, already delivered projects, I have some favorites, like for large financial institutes and also for a Saudi luxury travel company where we built their internal intranet application, which all employees use. So that is very close to my heart because it helps the daily life of many people on a daily basis. And for follow-up projects, we will have some integration points in AI with them, most likely. But we also have some projects in the works now which already utilize Agentic AI, like for a large train manufacturing company, we will have AI and process automation in the works. So these are the kind of projects which all of my colleagues love to work on and enjoy developing.
You are hosting a webinar on Agentic AI.
Yeah.
For those who are new to the concept, how would you explain what Agentic AI is and how it differs from more traditional AI systems?
So the field of AI in general is very large, and it consists of a lot of technologies, not just the likes of ChatGPT, which most people think of when we are talking about AI. There are also machine learning solutions, deep learning solutions, which large language models are only a small part of. But all of these solutions are basically reactive. So they require human interaction. They require continuous assistance, basically. So they are just like tools. When we are talking about Agentic AI, it now shifts from a reactive to a proactive approach. So basically, these new systems, these new solutions will be able to handle tasks on their own, from very brief interactions with humans. Of course, it can be supervised if needed, but it is able to make subtasks for a task. It is able to shift precedences. It is able to shift orders or prioritization based on what instructions were given to them. And it basically enables these systems to work proactively alongside humans instead of just doing what the user asks them to do.
Okay, and what kind of real-world use cases do you see for agentic AI in enterprise environments?
So I will talk about some use cases in the webinar, which I do not want to reveal now. But in general, what I would like to say is that any industry and any company can benefit from these tools on different levels, of course, be it healthcare, be it manufacture, be it retail, fashion industry. But what we see as a trend is that these tools allow hyper-personalization because they can autonomously generate content based on the data they are given. So they can create personalized data for each and every one of your client, customer. And so marketing and sales is a very big focus on this. And also the other use case is support functions like call centers, like IT organizations, which with agentic AI can reduce the amount of work, and it can increase the efficiency by a very, very large margin.
What are the biggest implementation challenges organizations face when adopting agentic AI?
There are many, many challenges when we are talking about not just agentic AI, but AI in general, because they are non-deterministic systems. So the same prompt won't give you the same result in every scenario. Of course, security-wise and regulation-wise, it's a very challenging topic. And new advancements in these areas are made on a daily basis. So I definitely think that this will improve as we move forward and as we have more experience with these systems. So testing these systems is something which can be difficult and needs a structured and rigorous approach. And on the other side, organizational and cultural and ethical risks are also present, be it the situation on how the job market will change when introducing these systems. Recent studies are now shown that many entry-level jobs are disappearing because of the use of AI, which is something companies and also governments need to be concerned about. But on the other end, the use of AI will allow the people to put their efforts into more creative tasks. So my opinion is it will not take away the jobs of people, it will just change how we approach the job market. So imagine that in the beginning of the 1800s in the US, there were 50 horses on the road for each car. And in 15 years, it changed from that to 50 cars for each horse. And this shifted around the industry a lot because basically the whole horse industry had to shift to use the new solutions. Yeah. So this is what we are living now, and basically the whole development of humanity is exponential, and we need to solve these challenges, and companies need to take their part in this one as well. But I definitely feel that this is a great opportunity to figure out how the future of humanity will look like.
AI is advancing rapidly. Could you tell me more about, from your perspective, how should companies prepare and to integrate autonomous systems like agentic AI? Mm-hmm.
I think the key point here is to start small, but think big. So you need to focus on what benefits you can get. What are the processes which currently take a lot of your resources, but do not bring monetary benefits on that scale? And focus on these processes, but start with smaller pilot projects. So you should not expect an integration with AI systems in a big bang level, but launch small pilot projects which you can test, which you can feel out. Okay, is it working for me? Is it the right approach? Is my workforce ready for it? Because training your workforce, training your employees is a key and critical point. You can put any AI systems in front of people. If they won't use it, then you won't get the benefits. And this is the same for agentic AI. If the people will still do the same manual processes, there can be agents in the background which help them, but they won't use the results. Therefore, you won't get the benefits.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Let's continue with another topic. How does Webtown position itself in the AI and automation space?
So we have talked a lot with our management about this topic, and there were many different approaches, many different ideas on how we should take a leap and join this era of revolution. What we figured out is that we ourselves need to engage with AI so that we are able to help our partners. So first of all, we introduced AI initiatives in-house. Right now, every of our developer uses AI in their daily job, and we test out the new tools, the new shiny toys for developers weekly. So we always have some guy coming up to us, hey, I've seen this tool, can I try this one out? So their enthusiasm is really amazing to see. And we also have other initiatives like every person has to make at least one AI agent, which is in the works now. So basically it can be like an AI agent which orders them a pizza, but at least they have some personal familiarity with the technology. And it's very, very nice to see their enthusiasm on that front. And on the other end, for our partners, of course, we have different partners on different scales. So from startups to enterprises, and they need different solutions. For startups, for smaller companies, of course, you need the open source, quick solutions, cheap solutions, obviously. And there we have solutions of workflow automation, for example, with NA10 or other automation tools. And we approach it more in traditional consultancy, like we discuss with them how we can bring the most with the least amount of hassle. And for enterprises, we are also identifying key technologies and partnering up with other companies, like, for example, with IBM. And we are IBM partners for their Watson X AI portfolio. And this allows us to provide solutions for enterprise customers with the safeguards, with the support present, so that they can also embrace these tools.
Okay, looking at the Hungarian and broader Central European tech zone, how do you see the region's potential when it comes to innovation and AI adoption?
So this is a very interesting question on a geopolitical level. Because the different continents and the different regions approach both AI and technological advancements very differently. And I think Europe represents the more traditional, more slower adoption, focus more on the regulations and on the ethical parts and the human-centric approach, while other regions, like, for example, China, represents the more technological advanced and more quicker adoption routes. And also the two biggest players now in AI and the advancements of AIs are China and the US. And they are also having very different approaches because the Trump legislation just released their AI regulations, I think a few weeks ago. And it focuses more on controlling the narrative which AI gives the people. While with China, it's more about very quick technological advancements. Also, in the US, it's more proprietary models. In China, there are more open source, open weight models. So it's a very different approaches. And in Europe, of course, we use mostly these models. But what we see is that companies are open for both US and Chinese models. But they want to keep the data themselves, so they prefer to self-host these models and execute these AI agents in their own infrastructure. And also on an adoption level, they are trying to keep up with the technological advancements. At the same time, they are trying to match the regulations of the EU. So this gives some challenges which can be solved, but it's, I think, a more secure approach and a slower approach, basically.
Okay, and my final question, what excites you the most about the future of AI in business, and what do you think, how can leaders best balance innovation with responsibility in this new era?
That's a very good question, and I have a very long answer as well, but I'll try to keep it short and concise. There are two things I'm very interested about. The first is what I already mentioned, how AI will shift the whole life of the people, so the social aspect of it, what new jobs will emerge, how we will approach the workforce in a few years, how new skills will develop, what skills will we as humanity lose or at least be worse at it because of AI. And the other is how these systems will be able to act more directly with the physical world as well. So think about robotics. With the advancements in robotics and the advancements of AI, you put those two together and you are now approaching Android level science fiction. And actually, Webtown has a brother company or a sister company called Northamsea, and they are working with the robotics part. So now we have in the office a robot dog, and we are also playing around with it a bit. So it's very interesting to see all these applications and how it will change our everyday life, basically. And how companies can prepare, I think that was the second part. Definitely keep an open mind and focus on trying out these solutions yourself. Try to see how it fits into your life, and then you can figure out how it can fit into your company's life. Of course, these changes are definitely something which the board of directors, the C-level guys, will need to drive if they want to bring out the benefits. So it won't be able to come from the bottom up because it requires a shift in the business mindset and the processes. So keep an open mind, keep an accurate knowledge on how technological advancements are going, talk a lot about it, go to meetings, and go to events, watch webinars, and I think as the technology matures, the best use cases will come out, and people will be able to adopt it more and more into their daily life and to the company's daily life.
Thanks so much to Adam for the great insights. It was very interesting, and thanks to all of you for being with us today. If you are curious to learn more about Agentic AI, don't forget to sign up for AIS Summit. We really appreciate you joining us and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much.